Mayegiba. Hello and welcome to the African Roots and Heritage Foundation TV. And I am your host, Professor Anita M. Diop, and I am here with the wonderful original Lady of Baka people of Cameroon, Miss Georgette ADJIE Bigley. And she's here to tell us today why culture is so important. She is the founder and representative of Bantu International. So tell us, what is your mission?
Thank you so much. Bio Walloe Nempimo Natavoyo, that's saying hi in my language in Cameroon. To answer your question, thank you so much for being here and coming to see the importance of our culture and ask the question which will help many people also to understand why is it my mission and why this looks so beautiful, the uniform I'm in. My mission for the culture is to really carry on the beauty of what you guys looking at today. If it's not beautiful, I don't know what else can be beautiful than this. So our mission is not to let this disappear by Western clothes or Western lifestyle. We need to keep both and need two to be able to carry on the world. We can't leave one and carry on one. And our mission is to hand it on to our kids tomorrow to have princesses and princes keep this legacy going on.
That's absolutely wonderful. So tell me, how important is it to preserve your native language? And what language is that exactly?
My native language that my mother and my father spoke is called Mpiemo. Mpiemo.
Pimo.
Yes.
Pimo. Okay.
And we are the descendants, Mpiemo are the descendants of Angola, coming from the Central African Republic, from Congo, and then getting into Cameroon.
Wow, that's very impressive. Yes. So you're able to trace your lineage back centuries.
Yes.
And so you understand the migration patterns of your people.
Exactly.
All right. And so how do you find yourself at this time in the United States?
Being here, and the thing is, from now, since I've been introduced fully in my culture and having to cross the ocean coming here, I felt like somebody who wasn't in the right place because America did not understand who I was. I did not understand what America was because the culture of America wasn't mine that I grew up with, and their culture, my culture wasn't theirs that they knew. So for me being here in America, I had to fight so hard to present who I am, to not lose my culture, my language, being the only one among so many who know who I am.
America is known as that big melting pot.
Exactly.
But you felt like you couldn't melt. You felt like to melt would be a violation of your identity. And the identity of the children that you would birth in this land.
Exactly.
So that's fully understood. So tell us about this regalia. It's just so regal. Is this a queen's outfit or a lady of high stature? Who would wear this outfit?
A queen, as we call, we have our belief, if we might step into that, we have our belief in the jungle. We have the gods of the forest, and we have the Jengi, which is the name of a belief. So we also have the king and the queen. I am today representing the queen of the Jengi, so the mother of the forest. Yes.
The mother of the forest. Yes. Okay. Is there any significance to the leaves that you have covering your breastplate?
Yes. Yes. As we all know, before we all discovered the clothing, like I said, like the modern life, we also had a special way to dress ourselves in a special occasion or in any way when we didn't have clothing. So what I'm wearing on my head right now, as you guys see, is almost like a crown of the princess that we know today. And this is our way we decor with the crown. Here, these beads, as you see, is known as what my ancestors used to use like money.
Okay.
To trade. Currency. Exactly. And this piece that you guys seeing right here that's holding the whole thing is actually from the tree, a bar of the tree that is beaten into a time to make it softer that we can make it clothes. And with that also is also very medicinal. With this we call it yete.
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 In Baka language we call it yete. And many other language, like in Yaoundé, if you get to Yaoundé, with the Beti people, they call it a boom.
A boom.
A boom.
A boom.
Yes. So this material, as you would think is a material, but it's a skin from the tree, is also medicinal because to cure so many diseases on us, when you touches it and if it's wet, you lick it, it's very bitter.
Okay.
And with this, you can fight malaria. You can fight so many things. And if the more it goes in your pore, as you're wearing like everyday clothes, you cannot get sick.
Okay, so it is an immune booster.
Exactly.
So this abum that you can use as clothing and just your everyday wearing apparel, you're building your immunity.
Exactly.
That is wonderful.
Exactly.
It shows how we are and can be one with nature and nature one with us.
Exactly. And as you can call, I'm going to go down. We talked about the yete and the beads. We're going to go down now to the leaves. I'm a Baka. You can call me Baka Bantu because I'm half Baka, I'm half Bantu. Baka people, this leaf, it means everything for us. With these leaves, we build a house with, it make a roof. It's called the mungulu.
Mungulu.
Mungulu. That's our house that we live in as a Baka people. And then with this leaf, we also carry it, like you see me wearing it today, it's my clothes, it's cover me. And also can be my pots, my dishes, because with the leaves, we have a bigger one that you can also wrap your food with, tie it and put it in the fire, and they burn whatever fish, deer, what kind of animal you cook with, and then it's everything for us. So for us, it's a very sacred thing. It's not just a leaf. It's what is part of us.
So many uses in terms of covering your body, also being actually like a pot where you would cook the food, and actually as a wrapper to wrap the food and preserve the food and keep it from insects or animals and whatnot. So you're really making me see the need of being all natural.
Yes.
And living off the earth, understanding all of the various properties one item can bring. Now, is this leaf from this same tree in this?
No.
It's a different tree.
It's a different tree.
Okay, so it's a different tree.
Yes.
But nevertheless, each element has a healing property,
Yes.
a covering property, and also as a basic utensil that a person would use, quote unquote, in our modern day kitchen.
As you know, Baka people we were very preservative of our nature. We weren't cutting our tree because we have to cut a tree because everything was important for us. Now the sad thing and the reason why I'm here to really ask to preserve and let's save the culture, because Anita, I must say, if you go to Cameroon right now, it won't be easy for me to take you to Cameroon and just walk few miles in the forest and find this tree, and I will show you, because the deforestation has cut everything. Our way of life has changed. The Baka people don't live with hunting and gather like they used to do. We are now called to live like a Bantu people. Now we will hunt and gather. We live here today, we take our leaves, we build a house, we do everything. When we finish hunting, we know that the area doesn't have any food for us. The God has, the forest has, give us enough. We move to somewhere else. But now with the deforestation, the migration of, every other culture, we are not able to live. We're asked to live like the Bantu people, which means claim a land and say, this is mine, and I will be here with my children and my grandchildren. Baka people never claim anything because nothing is for us. It's for God who provided.
Okay. So I was going to ask you, what is the difference between Baka and Bantu, but you answered that question in your explanation. And is there anything else specifically that you would like us to know in terms of rescuing the culture? What does that look like? How can the average person assist you in rescuing the culture?
What I would say that an average person can assist me to rescue the culture is not about assisting me, it's about knowing who am I? Where do I come from? Who are my grandparents? Who were my ancestors? How did we get here? What was behind? What was before? Now, our ancestor was the one who take a higher pitch of the life. Because in the jungle, you don't know what is edible or not edible. They take a risk. We lost a lot of people by fighting to figure out if this fruit, if I eat, would I live, would I die?
Yes.
Some of them died. In order for us today to know that this fruit, don't eat it. This mushroom, don't eat it. This one, you can eat. Now, for me, that means a lot to say, whatever I'm here today, I give the glory, as we say, I give the honor for those who have cleared the path. Yes. For us to be here today.
Yes.
And they didn't do that for us to come and leave it down the road and just keep going. Because when we're going to leave it and now follow their path, there will be a great wall in front of us very soon.
Yes.
And I asked, that's why I said, let's come together and rescue the culture. I am here today to rescue the Baka Bantu culture, which you, wherever you're from, whether European, American, whatever, you must have a culture and you must rescue. By the tongue of my voice, it's a call for all of us to rescue the culture.
So if a person wanted to give a donation, how would they contact you?
They will contact us through Bantu International on our website. If you go Bantu International, it will come out. You can see everything that we've been doing since 1999 when we first established Bantu with donation with school. And also, I'm going to answer that question in two, as you asked me, how they can fund or donate. The donation that you'll be giving when you go to Bantu International, or there will be all kinds of contact that we're going to give you in the bottom of this interview, is also for education. We are not just going saying that let's do tradition and now see the benefit of modern life, which means education.
Yes.
Because our kids will be able to read the books that you write. Everything that I'm saying today will be in written for them to understand what Georgette was doing, what Anita was doing to preserve the culture, is to read a book. Now, if we don't encourage them to go to school and learn how to read, to also write the book tomorrow, that will be a negligence of our part. So the money that you will be giving is also going to go support those of need of education so we can keep everything going in one direction.
That's wonderful. Georgette, I thank you for joining us on African Roots and Heritage Foundation TV.
It is my pleasure.
And how would I say goodbye in Peru?
In Pimo.
In Pimo.
So again, as we can say here, Cameroon is Africa miniature. Any culture you will find in Cameroon. Any language you will find in Cameroon. Like I said, Anita just asked me how we say goodbye in Pimo. In Pimo, when we say goodbye, it's not just goodbye. We say Hena Diop.
Hena Diop.
Hena Diop.
Hena Diop.
We will see each other again.
We will see each other again.
Hena Dioga.
Hena Dioga.
Mm-hmm.
We will see each other again.
Yes.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in.